Hi guys, okay, welcome to another video. In this one I'm just looking to share with you guys some principles to help you stay motivated in whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's in your business or personal relationship or anything that you are into. So these I'll share with you about 4 principles which you might be familiar with them, but they are really quite useful to keep you going, to get you motivated, get you thinking about the things and the principles that can be really important in what you're doing. So I'll go through them one by one. I'll probably share some examples. And at the end, if you have any other feedback, of course, we can you can share and we can go through them and have a discussion about these topics. So the first one actually comes from a 10th century author called Tilopa. And it basically says, have a mind that is open to everything but attached to nothing. So I'll say it again. Have a mind that is open to everything but attached to nothing. So it basically comes from the understanding that no one really knows enough to be a personist, like to really know everything about everything. So when you hear of an interesting idea that is probably against the thinking or the trend that you have been tuned into, just be open to understanding that there could be a different way of doing things out there. So, you've only got to look at the placebo effect in medicine, whereby, people, a sample of people are given a placebo, which is just probably made up of sugar or something, but just from the thinking and believing of what it is that they are taking, that it could be medication, they get better. So if you're someone who is into medicine and you only believe that you can get better only through scientific or chemical formula of some sort, then you may struggle to understand that in this particular example of the placebo effect, people can get healed by something that is not scientifically sound, in the sense that it hasn't got those chemical ingredients. But if you have a mind that is open to any idea, then you can begin to welcome these concepts that maybe there could be other ways, or maybe there's other interesting ways. Advances in medicine or other forms of medicine now, they are quite far. You get examples of people who are healed from things which are non-medicine. So it is good to keep our mind open to other possibilities. It doesn't mean that you have to give up all the principles that you've been taught or all the things that you know. It just means that you leave yourself open to other ways that there could be, in order that you can pretty much awaken your genius, awaken all other areas in you that could be awakened by things that can be in a different way to what you've been taught. So another example I would give, probably most of us have been taught to have goals. When you have a definite plan of something that you have to do, you have to set goals and targets. So for example, in sales, you could say, I'm going to set a target of in the next 5 years, for example, to achieve $100,000 of revenue or profit. Now, what happens is, in between now to achieving your goal, you're striving. So you're pretty much grinding and working hard towards that goal. And then when you get to that goal, you probably find that you always want more. So you've achieved your $100,000 goal. What's next? You're probably looking for that 200,000, and so on and so on. So for those people who believe in setting goals and having definite plans for whatever it is that you've set out yourself to achieve, you will be looking to strive to get towards that goal. But then, what if someone else comes to you with a different concept to say, when you set goals and targets, you get to miss enjoying the moment, the journey. I think it was Abraham Lincoln. He was asked about what policies he had or he was looking to do for the country. And he basically said he didn't have any policies. So he was making up policies in the moment when he felt the things that he would feel that the country would need on a day-to-day basis in those particular moments. So that is a different way of thinking. And if you leave your mind to other possibilities of doing things, you begin to see that there's probably some sense in that concept. Because if you live in the moment, it means you're basically enjoying and getting the benefit of what it is. You're living your life to the full each every moment, because we're not going to be here forever. So by the time we get to go, you would have lived a fulfilled life whereby you didn't have any goals that you're striving towards and struggling towards. You just lived a life that is you and in the moment with your loved ones and everyone. So that is a different way of thinking. That is a different concept. So when you leave your mind open, you welcome that there are other ways of being. So it's in a way trying to get rid of thinking or looking for occasions to be offended, which is what most people tend to be in a way sometimes. So you're looking for ways that things that you don't like or against the customs and the principles that you believe in. So it could be the way that people talk, or the way that they dress, the way that they walk. You have to be outward thinking, outward looking, because if you set yourself out there and looking for ways to be offended with everything that people are doing, instead of thinking and taking it as, oh, that is interesting, that is a new concept, an interesting concept, and absorbing it in whatever it is, yeah, you can become one who is just being critical of what other people are doing, and that may not serve you well. So that is one of the concepts. And by not attaching yourself to anything, again, you're protecting yourself from the delusion that in order for you to be happy, or in order for you to be, yeah, it's because of someone else or something. So your happiness or being is not dependent on something that you have to get yourself attached to. So when you leave your mind open to everything but attached to nothing, it means you don't get that delusion that your happiness or your being is dependent on someone else or something or a particular principle. So you tend to live yourself a fulfilled life. So that's one of the principles. If you can look to try and, again, like as it says, open your mind up to everything, but not get attached to all of that. So attached to nothing.